All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our Tensorflow course, and we're still doing our building visual transformers from scratch module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Yesterday, if you recall, we had an issue with running our code. We ran into an error, so I wasn't instructed to. I did find some solutions to the problem. We were trying to run our embeddings of the 256 by 768. It threw an error for us, so I came across a solution that said we should change the 256 back to the 1000 word index count and have that by the 768, and that should correct everything. And as you can see, everything did run and compile all the way through when we did make that correction. So you can see this is our corrected code here, compiled all the way through. This is our shape here, 1 by 256 by 768. And as you can see, it looks exactly the same as the original code here. Let me show you the original one that we actually modified this one from. It is commented out, so you probably won't be able to see it if you listen unless you look really hard. So this is the original one here. See the model equals tf.correct sequential, model.add embeddings 1064 input length equals 10, and so on and so forth. So this is the entire original code here, as you can see. And this is when we were actually using the 0 through 999 word count. Like I said, the 1000 with our 64 dimensional. The one before, this is before we actually upgraded it to the 256 dimensional, which we have, as you can see. And all of this got us an output shape of 1 by 256 by 768. And the reason that we have the same exact shape for the modified code that we ran is because we didn't actually change any data. We didn't remove or add any data to it. We just changed this form. So we took it from the indexes and we transformed it into vectors, and then we got the shape of those vectors, which is going to be the same exact shape of 1 by 256 by 768. Now, the reason it's the same exact shape is, like I said, it's the same exact data. We didn't add anything to it or take anything away from it. We just changed it from one form to another, and then we printed out the shape, and the shape is still holding true. So that's letting us know that the data did come through correctly. Nothing was altered along the way, and everything came through 100% correct. So the reason I'm not understanding what the 256 is, how come the word count was able to be altered on the instructor screen, but I couldn't alter it on mine. So the word count is the only thing that we couldn't change here with the 1000 word count. This is going to be the random integers chosen between 0 and 999, which isn't supposed to work because we did transform our indexes into vectors. So I'm not sure how it's still being picked up. I'm going to take another day probably just to see exactly what's going on, so I can dive a little bit deeper and see exactly why the 256 didn't work as to opposed to the 1000 count. Yeah, but of course I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.